Have you ever wondered why your cat stares intently at you at 3 in the morning as if seeing ghosts, or why they insist on lying exactly on your keyboard when you're working? If you've made it this far, it's probably because you have a little feline at home who sometimes seems more like a walking enigma than a pet. And I promise that by the end of this journey, you'll understand not only what goes on in that furry little head, but also how to transform these seemingly chaotic behaviors into a harmonious dance of mutual understanding. Before we continue, go ahead and hit that like button and tell me in the comments where you're watching from and what's the funniest mischief your cat has ever gotten into, because I'm sure everyone has a hilarious story to share. And if you know someone who keeps complaining that their cat scratches the couch or meows all night, share this video because we're going to unravel all these mysteries together. The truth is, living with a cat is like having a tiny alien at home, with their own rules, customs, and a language completely different from ours. Many people believe that cats are too independent to be trained, but that's a myth we're going to debunk today. Your cat is not only capable of learning tricks and commands, but is also constantly trying to communicate with you through every tail flick, every different meow, and even through that penetrating gaze that sometimes makes us uncomfortable. The problem is that we humans often don't know how to interpret these signals, and we end up creating a communication barrier that can lead to unwanted behaviors, frustrations, and even health problems. Just imagine being able to understand exactly what your cat wants when they meow desperately at the bathroom door, or knowing why they suddenly run through the house as if fleeing an invisible army. These little quirks that sometimes drive us crazy have scientific explanations, and more. Importantly, they have practical solutions that you can implement today. Let's begin our journey by exploring the feline mind and discovering how these small domestic predators think, feel, and interact with the world around them. The first step to understanding your cat is to accept that they are not a small dog or a furry baby, but an animal with very specific instincts that have been shaped by thousands of years of evolution. When your cat scratches the new couch you bought with so much care, they are not trying to intentionally annoy you, but rather following a natural instinct to mark territory, sharpen their claws, and stretch. This behavior is as natural for them as breathing, and trying to suppress it completely would be like asking you to stop yawning when you're sleepy. The good news is that we can redirect this behavior to something more appropriate, and that's exactly what we're going to learn. Have you noticed how your cat seems to have an internal radar that makes them appear in the kitchen exactly when you're opening a can of tuna, even if they were sound asleep in the farthest room of the house? This happens because cats have incredibly sharp senses that evolved to make them efficient hunters. Their hearing is about 3 times more sensitive than ours, capable of detecting ultrasonic frequencies we can't even imagine exist. Their sense of smell is 14 times more powerful than ours, which is why that smell of freshly opened cat food, which for us is only faintly perceptible, is for them like an irresistible invitation floating through the air. Understanding these sensory capabilities is fundamental to comprehending why your cat reacts in certain ways to stimuli that we don't even perceive. Let's talk about that classic moment when you're lying in bed, almost falling asleep, and suddenly feel 4 soft paws walking across your body as if you were a private road. This behavior, which we call kneading, has deep roots in the infantile behavior of cats. As kittens, they would knead their mother's belly to stimulate milk production, and this movement became associated with comfort, security, and well-being. When your adult cat does this on you or a fluffy blanket, they are demonstrating that they feel safe and happy, regressing to a mental state of absolute contentment. It's as if they're saying, "This human is mine, and I feel at home here." Feline body language is a true visual dictionary that few bother to learn, but it makes all the difference in living together. A tail held high with the tip curled, forming a question mark, is the feline equivalent of a warm hug, meaning your cat is happy and confident. When their ears are pointed forward and their eyes slowly blink at you, that's a cat kiss, a demonstration of deep affection and trust. On the other hand, ears flattened against the head, pupils dilated like 2 bright headlights in the dark, and a low growl are clear signs that it's best to give the furball some space. Learning to read these signs is like gaining a superpower that allows you to anticipate your feline companion's needs and moods. Now, let's get to the good stuff. How to actually train your cat and transform problematic behaviors into positive habits. The secret lies in a technique called positive reinforcement, which is simply rewarding the behaviors you want to see repeated. Unlike dogs, who often respond to commands out of an innate desire to please, cats are motivated by tangible rewards, whether they are treats, affection, or playtime. When your cat uses the scratching post instead of the couch, immediately offer a tasty treat and praise them in a soft, cheerful voice. This timing is crucial because the feline brain needs to associate the action with the reward in a matter of seconds for the connection to be established. One of the biggest challenges in living with cats is the litter box issue, which can become a real headache when something isn't working well. Cats are extremely hygienic animals by nature, and when they start doing their business outside the box, they are usually trying to communicate that something is wrong. It could be that the litter isn't clean enough. After all, imagine having to use a dirty bathroom every day, or perhaps the type of litter doesn't appeal to their sensitive paws. Some cats prefer finer litter, others coarser. Some like scented, others detest any artificial odor. The location of the box is also crucial. It needs to be in a quiet, easily accessible spot, but with enough privacy for the cat to feel secure during this vulnerable moment. Feline behavior specialists recommend the N+1 rule, meaning if you have 2 cats, you should have 3 litter boxes strategically placed around the house. This might seem excessive, but in nature, cats don't share bathrooms, and having options significantly reduces stress and accidents. Daily cleaning is essential. Remove waste at least once a day and change all the litter weekly. Some cats are so particular that they prefer one box for urine and another for feces. It's a matter of knowing your furball's individual preferences. Returning to the dilemma of scratched furniture, let's understand why this behavior is so important for cats and how we can work with it instead of against it. Scratching serves multiple functions. It removes the dead outer layer of their claws, marks territory through glands in their paws, and provides a delightful stretch for their muscles. It's like a feline yoga session combined with a declaration of ownership. The solution is not to try to eliminate the behavior, but to direct it to appropriate places. Invest in scratching posts of different textures and shapes. Some cats prefer to scratch vertically, others horizontally. Some love sisal, others prefer corrugated cardboard. Position the scratching posts in strategic locations, especially near where the cat usually sleeps, as they like to stretch and scratch right after waking up. To make the scratching post even more attractive, you can rub a little catnip on it, or hang toys that dangle invitingly. When you catch your cat scratching the couch, don't yell or startle them. Gently pick them up and take them to the scratching post, making scratching motions with their paws on the correct spot, and rewarding them when they continue on their own. Consistency is key. Repeat this process every time, and soon they will understand where they can and cannot sharpen their natural weapons. Many people are surprised to discover that cats can learn basic commands like sit, come when called, give paw, and even fetch objects. The difference is that while dogs often obey out of loyalty, cats need to see a personal advantage in cooperation. Start with something simple, like teaching your cat to come when called. Choose a specific sound. It could be their name said. In a particular way, a tongue click, or even the sound of a treat jar rattling. Whenever you make this sound, offer something they love, whether it's food, affection, or a play session. Repeat this several times a day at random moments, and soon your cat will come running whenever they hear the signal. To teach the sit command, hold a treat just above the cat's nose and slowly move it backward over their head. Naturally, they will sit to follow the treat's movement. The exact moment their rear touches the floor, say, sit, and give the reward. Training sessions should be short and fun, no more than 5 or 10 minutes at a time, as cats have a different attention span than ours. The important thing is to make learning a pleasant game, not a boring obligation. One behavior that many guardians find cute at first but can become problematic is the habit of biting during play. Kittens learn to control bite force by playing with their siblings, but when they are separated too early, or when we inadvertently encourage this behavior by using our hands as toys, they can develop the habit of biting too hard. The solution is simple, but requires consistency. Never use your hands or feet as toys. Always use intermediary objects like wand toys with feathers, small balls, or plush mice. If your cat bites during play, stop immediately, withdraw attention, and ignore them for a few minutes. They will quickly learn that biting means the end of the fun. Environmental enrichment is a fundamental concept that many guardians neglect, but that makes all the difference in a cat's well-being and behavior. In nature, cats would spend much of their day hunting, exploring, and patrolling territory. In an apartment without adequate stimuli, all that energy and instinct need to find other outlets, which often manifest as destructive or excessively vocal behaviors. The solution is to create an environment that simulates the cat's natural experiences. Install shelves on the walls, creating aerial pathways where they can climb and observe everything from above, like a small urban leopard. Hide treats in different places around the house, stimulating their hunting and foraging instincts. Interactive toys are essential, but you don't need to spend a fortune at pet stores. A simple cardboard box can become a feline castle, a crumpled sheet of paper turns into the perfect prey, and an empty toilet paper roll with a few holes and treats inside transforms into a challenging food puzzle. The important thing is to rotate toys, putting some away and bringing others out each week to maintain interest and novelty. Dedicate at least 2 daily sessions of active play with your cat, simulating hunting with erratic and unpredictable movements that awaken their inner predator. Proper nutrition is the foundation for a healthy and well-behaved cat, but it goes far beyond simply filling the food bowl. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they need specific nutrients found only in animal protein. An inadequate diet can lead to behavioral problems, irritability, and even aggression. Consult your veterinarian about the best diet for your cat, considering their age, activity level, and specific health conditions. Many problematic behaviors, such as excessive vocalization or agitation, may be related to hunger or thirst. Cats prefer running, fresh water, which is why many ignore a stagnant water bowl. Investing in a cat water fountain can significantly increase their water intake, preventing common kidney problems in the species. Position multiple water stations around the house, away from food, as in nature, cats don't drink water near their prey to avoid contamination. Observe if your cat has a preference for a certain type of container. Some prefer shallow bowls, others deeper, some like glass, others ceramic. These small details make a big difference in your companion's overall well-being. Routine is another fundamental aspect of feline life that many guardians underestimate. Cats are creatures of habit, and sudden changes can cause significant stress, leading to behaviors like urinating outside the box, aggression, or excessive vocalization. Try to maintain consistent times for feeding, playtime, and interaction. This doesn't mean military rigidity, but rather predictability that allows the cat to feel secure and in control of their environment. If changes are necessary, such as moving house or the arrival of a new family member, make the transition gradually, giving the cat time to adapt. Stress management is crucial for preventing and resolving behavioral problems. Signs of stress in cats include overgrooming leading to bald spots, changes in appetite, isolation, or sudden aggression. Identifying and eliminating sources of stress is fundamental for your cat's well-being. This can include conflicts with other animals in the house, excessive noise, lack of safe places to hide, or even the litter box's position in a very busy area. Creating safe havens where the cat can retreat when feeling overwhelmed is essential. This can be a cat house, a high shelf, or even a strategically placed cardboard box. Proper socialization, especially during the first months of life, is fundamental for having a confident and well-adjusted cat, but even adult cats can learn new social skills with patience and appropriate technique. If your cat is shy or fearful of visitors, don't force interactions. Instead, create positive associations by making good things happen when strangers are present, such as special treats or distant play sessions. Gradually, with time and repetition, your cat will learn that visitors are not threats, but opportunities for positive experiences. An often overlooked aspect of feline care is the importance of regular veterinary checkups. Cats are masters at hiding pain and discomfort, a survival instinct that protects them from predators in nature but can delay important diagnoses in a domestic environment. Subtle changes in behavior, such as decreased activity, changes in hygiene, habits, or alterations in vocalization patterns, can be the first signs of health problems. Establish a routine of veterinary visits at least annually or semi-annually for older cats, and don't wait for obvious symptoms to seek professional help. Nail trimming is another important procedure that many guardians fear, but with the correct technique, it can become a calm experience for both. Start by getting your cat used to having their paws handled from a young age, or gradually introduce the habit to adult cats. Gently press the paw pads to expose the claws and cut only the clear tip, avoiding the pink part that contains blood vessels. the quick. If your cat is very resistant, start by trimming just one nail a day and reward generously. Over time, they will associate the procedure with positive things, and resistance will decrease. Regular brushing is not just a matter of aesthetics, but of health and well-being. Cats spend much of their day grooming themselves, and without proper brushing, they can develop hairballs that cause vomiting or worse, intestinal blockages. Long-haired cats need daily brushing, while short-haired ones can benefit from weekly sessions. Use brushing as a moment of connection, making gentle movements and talking calmly to your cat. Many cats who initially resist end up loving these spa sessions when done correctly. The vocal communication of cats is fascinating and much more complex than a simple meow. Studies show that cats develop specific vocalizations to communicate with their humans, creating a particular language for each relationship. Pay attention to the different types of meows your cat makes. The short, high-pitched meow is usually a greeting. The long, insistent one can indicate a demand for something specific. And the hoarse or trembling meow often expresses frustration. Responding vocally to your cat strengthens the bond and encourages them to communicate more, creating a genuine dialogue between species. Nocturnal cats are a common complaint, but this behavior has an evolutionary explanation. In nature, cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk when their prey are most vulnerable. To adjust this biological clock to yours, establish a routine of intense play before bedtime, followed by a meal. This simulates the natural cycle of hunting, eating, and resting. Completely ignore any attempts to get attention during the night, no matter how difficult it is, because any response, even negative, reinforces the behavior. With consistency, your cat will learn that nighttime is for sleeping, not for partying. The introduction of new elements into the environment should be done gradually, respecting the cat's time. Whether it's new furniture, a new animal, or even a new brand of litter, everything can be potentially stressful for such a territorial animal. Use synthetic pheromones, available at pet stores, to aid in adaptation, and always offer choices, allowing the cat to approach the new element at their own pace. Forcing interactions or abrupt changes only increases resistance and can create lasting negative associations. Now that we've explored so many aspects of feline behavior and care, you are equipped with valuable knowledge to transform your relationship with your cat. Remember that each cat is a unique individual with a specific personality, preferences, and needs. What works for one may not work for another, and the key is to observe, understand, and respect the peculiarities of your companion. The journey of mutual understanding is continuous and rewarding, bringing moments of deep connection that only those who live with a cat can truly understand. Implement these tips gradually, celebrate every small victory, and be patient with the challenges. Your cat is not just a pet, but a family member who deserves understanding, respect, and unconditional love. Did you like these tips? Then hit that like button and share with that friend who keeps complaining that their cat is impossible. Tell us in the comments which tip you found most useful and where you're watching from. If your cat also has any curious behavior that we didn't mention here, share it with us because we'd love to learn about each furball's quirks. And don't forget to subscribe for more content about the fascinating feline world. Until next time, and may your home always be filled with happy purrs and soft paws.